I was going to start my video and then someone decided that they were going to rev their engines. Alright, well, hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to do the ink exploration number 3. We're going to do greens, and I'm going to do this a little bit differently because I have already written with these colors for a week. I didn't film this part of the video last week, so I'm kind of just going to do it all together, but I will still swatch the colors, even the ones that I did not choose. I have to get that one, the one I did not choose. Okay, so I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, I have 8 colors. So we will get started. I will say that the greens is going to be the family with the most choices because all of these colors were very nice. So here, the first one is Robert Oster Khaki. This color, depending on the pen, the paper, all of that, can look green. It can also look brown. So if I show you here, like when it's wet, it looks green. If I show you my journal where I wrote them in my Stylogy, that looks brown. So it just depends. But that is number 1. And I have that in my Pen BBS 308. Robert Oster Khaki. Don't know what I was doing right there. It's looking a little bit more green on camera, just a tad. Okay, the next one, I actually don't have any more of a sample. This is Rohrer and Klinger's Alt Gold Grün. This was from Gail over at Gail's Bookish Things, and as you can see, Gail, this was definitely a favorite. So I'm going to just use the pen that it was in, and maybe I can open it up and get some with my paintbrush. I'm gonna be real adventurous right now, I guess. Alt Gold Grün. The next one, should I do it in order that I did it in my journal? I guess to be like the most authentic, as if I were doing this last week. But the next one that I swatched in my journal when I filled these pens was Diamine Sherwood Green. However, I did not choose this color. So I will use I'll use my dip pen to write that out. I didn't not choose it because I didn't like the color. It just looks very similar to another color that I will show you, and I just picked that one instead, just off of first impressions. Again, Diamine Sherwood Green. Okay, the next one that is in my journal is Robert Oster Eucalyptus Leaf. it is going on top of that one, but there we go. We'll just make it disappear. So that is Eucalyptus Leaf, and that is in, I don't think I've shown this, but that is in my Platinum 3776 in Cherry Blossom. I received this last week and meant to do an unboxing, but my mail always comes a little bit too late in the day, and when I get it, I don't want to set it aside and wait for the next day to be able to film it. I'm not that patient. So this is Robert Oster, Eucalyptus Leaf, and I love this pen. This has a 14 karat gold nib on it. I have it in the medium. This is a very stiff gold nib, but it makes up for it in the smoothness of it. So this has become one of my favorite pens. So that is Eucalyptus Leaf. That's all 4 of them. Oh, I forgot to leave a space at the top for the title. That's okay. Put it on the side. Okay, the next one is Sailor Ink Studio 967. And I have a lot to say about this ink, but I'm gonna leave it short and sweet. This ink is just one of the best colors that I've ever used. If the Ink Studio inks are all like this in terms of shading and flow, I might have to buy all of them because this ink just speaks to me. It is amazing. So I have that in my Quebeco Sport, my brass. This has a double broad nib. I actually ordered a medium from Goulet. That should be here in a couple days. So I'm gonna swap that out because I used to be big into the broad nibs. I still am, but I just feel like this one is so extra. I don't know, I just feel like this one's a little bit too much. So this is and I haven't written with this pen today, so it does come off a little bit dark in the beginning, but you can see on the numbers that that's what all of my writing looks like with this pen, or with this ink, and it is just glorious. It's like the perfect shade of green. It's the perfect wetness of ink. It is the perfect amount of shading. Oh, it's just amazing. Okay, anyways. Next I had Kiyo no Oto Kokeiro, and I had that in my pen BBS 469, the double-ended pen, and I sold that a couple days ago, so I don't have this inked in a pen either, but I will swatch it. Oh, can you hear my dogs fighting in the backyard? They hate each other. Oh my god. Well, not really. My Chihuahua hates my Husky. My Chihuahua is a very nice Chihuahua. Can you tell? Can you tell how sweet and gentle he is by hearing that? But really, he is a very sweet Chihuahua. Most people that meet him don't believe that he's a Chihuahua because he's not, he doesn't have that, like, small man's complex or whatever it is. Small dog complex. I don't know. He's just a really sweet dog, but he's almost, he was born in 13, so he'll be 8 in March. And the Husky is a puppy. And that doesn't sit well with him because the Husky just wants to play and he just wants to lay around because he's getting old, so. Well, I shouldn't say he's getting old. Chihuahuas can live 15 to 20 years, so. He's just set in his ways and wants to be left alone. And Huskies don't know how to leave anything alone, so. Alright, well, I don't have that in a pen. I did buy this. I bought this ink a long time ago, and I bought it with, let's see if I can find it. Where are you? Okay, I don't think I'm gonna find it, but I did buy this ink. Actually, you know what? I think I threw it away, and I'll tell you why. So I bought this ink, a sample of Khaki, and I bought a sample of Robert Oster Chartreuse, and I bought them at the same time because on the website, the samples looked nearly identical, so I wanted to, you know, test them out, see which ink was wetter, which ink I bonded more with. And so I tried them both, and the reason why I threw out Chartreuse was because it wrote like this color, but as I continued to write with it, and like as I continued to use it pages upon pages upon pages, like days after, I had it in my brass, so, and it's not eyedropper because obviously it's a metal pen, you can't really do that, but so I don't know if like it still somehow touched metal or something, but it like oxidized or something funky, and the ink just turned like a neon yellow, like acid yellow. It just became that color, and it never looked like this ever again, and it was really weird. So I don't know if I got a bad sample or if somehow it touched metal in here, or if it was just in here for too long. I don't know, but I threw that one out. So clearly this one wins by a long shot, but I had it in the pen BBS and I sold it, and I knew that I would choose it, so I didn't need to put it in a new pen. The next one I have just a teeny bit of it left to do the swatch, but the next one is Robert Oster Crocodile Green. And this one, even though I've been writing with it for a week, I'm a little iffy about it. I know that inks, what's the word? Like, I know that they look different with different pens, different paper, blah, blah, blah. But I have it in my, I'm sorry. I live like right here, and then right here is like a back road for the bus garage and a mechanic and a roofing company and a bunch of warehouses. And so I have semi-trucks that just drive down that street on a daily basis. And if you're here on Saturday nights at 2 a.m., you'll hear some drag racing, which is really fun. But nonetheless, I don't know if it's just kind of wonky with this nib, with this pen, but I don't know, it just isn't, what am I trying to say? Okay, sorry about that, somebody just tried to call me. But anyways, I don't know if this ink just doesn't work really well with this nib in this pen, but it's not what I thought it was going to be. So, I don't know, I'm going to keep thinking about this one. But this is Robert Oster Crocodile Green. So it's just looking a little bit light, so I don't know. Not really sure, but I'm going to tell you in a little bit what I'm going to do with this ink to kind of figure that out. Okay, I don't know where I was cut off. I got a lot of people calling my phone because my mom is trying to rehome some of her kittens, and I put up some Craigslist ads and had them contact me so that I can kind of screen them before I send them off to my mother. And people are blowing my phone up. So anyways, the last one is a Lamy ink. It is Lamy Peridot. And this ink is a little bit of a bluish green, but it is more green, so I put it in this category. Okay. And I have that in my Birmingham pen, and I put a Goulet broad nib on it. Oh my gosh. It actually sounds like my Chihuahua is trying to kill my Husky. My Chihuahua's name is Herman. It was originally Hermes, and it has turned into Herman over the years, and he definitely lives up to being a Herman instead of a Hermes. And my Husky's name is Wera. Okay, I don't know where I left off again. My daughter needed my help putting some pajamas on her toy kitty cat. So, I just ran up and down the stairs, so I'm a little out of breath. But anyways, these are the, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my god, I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Here are the 8 greens, and I won't see you back in a week because I'm going to do this right now because I've already been using these for a week. So number 1, I am picking the Sailor Ink Studio. So that is an obvious yes. So because there's kind of no room, I'm going to put that right here. So that one is a yes. I am also going to be choosing the Eucalyptus Leaf because that was also a favorite. Now the two of them right now look very similar, and even there they look very similar, but if I show you in my journal, when they dry, they're not the same. They're similar, but this one is much brighter than the Robert Oster. I'm also gonna pick Alt Gold Grün because, as you can see from my lack of ink left in my sample, it was also a favorite. I'm not going to choose Khaki. I'm not going to choose Sherwood Green. I'm also not going to choose Crocodile Green. And I'm going to leave the Lamy ink on pause. And what I'm going to do with the rest of these inks, oh, I also want the Khaki, so let me do that. I don't have that in a pen, obviously, so I'm just going to use my brush and just kind of put a little bit. But I'm going to take a break from these ink exploration videos, mostly because I'm getting a little tired of writing with the same color in all of my pens, and I just kind of want a little bit more variety, but also because, especially with these greens, there are a lot of colors that I'm still not sure of, so I want to put them in other pens to see if I can grow to love them or if they're just not doing it for me. I found that some of these pinks also were like that, mostly this Diamine Claret color. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I've seen lots of people use it, but I don't know. I want to try this in a finer nib. I don't think any of the browns, maybe the Cafe Crema. Like, there are just some colors that I've been working with and that I have worked with already that I like them, but I don't think they got their time to shine because of the pen that they were in, I guess. And so I'm actually going to take probably a couple weeks because I'm getting kind of burnt out. As you can see, I didn't even film the first part of this video last week. I was on vacation all of last week, so I was trying to get things done and things just did not get done, which happens when you're on vacation, so I'm not worried about it. But I want to take some time off and I want to kind of work with some of these inks that I was like, meh, maybe. See if I can grow to like them, and if I don't, I don't, and I'm not that worried about it. But this, for now, these are the 4 inks that I've chosen. Oh, also, the reason why I said I was going to put this one on pause, I want to wait until I do my blue inks because this does lean blue, and I might have other blues that may look a little similar to this. And again, I don't want 2 inks that look too similar. So I'm putting this on pause because I do like this ink a lot. And I'm going to wait till I do the blues and then kind of touch base and see which one I like better. So here I have Sailor Ink Studio 967, Robert Oster Eucalyptus Leaf, Roar and Klinger Alt Gold Grune, and Kiyo no Oto Kokeiro. Those are my 4 choices. By far the greens were my favorite, but I just re-inked my Homo Sapiens with Ferris Wheel Press Bluegrass Velvet, and God, it feels good to be in other colors because I'm getting a little antsy, I guess. So I'll be back in a couple weeks to do the next ones. I'm going to do blues next, which blue is my favorite color. So, but here are my greens. Maybe you got some ideas for some inks that you would want to try also. And I will see you again soon. Bye!